Hello friends, welcome to my channel All Things Spiritual. In the last video, we talked about 5 koshas of the body and I hope you liked it. In this video, we will talk more about the body or the Annakosha and how we can cross these 5 koshas to experience the reflection of the self. As described in the last video, the koshas are metaphorical layers that comprise the human body, the mind and house the soul. The 5 sheets provide a framework for understanding the innermost self or the Aatman, which is Sanskrit for the spirit or soul. As described in the last video, there are 5 koshas. The Annamaya kosha is the outermost sheath comprised of the physical body. Next comes the Pranamaya kosha. The Pranamaya kosha is associated with breath and flow of energy through the physical body. Then comes the Manomaya kosha. This is the mind or the mental sheath and has to do with thoughts and emotions. The Vijnanmaya kosha is the knowledge sheath, and as I explained in my last video, it has a greater impact on spirituality as the light from the Atma directly falls on it due to it being the layer that is closer to the Atma than the other 3 prior sheets. Then comes the Anandamaya kosha, which is the innermost sheet known as the bliss body. It is available in deep sleep, so the sleep is restful. The existence of the Annamaya kosha is not separate from the other sheets. For example, the wind element, which is not visible to the naked eye, is always at play with the Annakosha. As we are breathing in a rhythmic fashion, the Manokosh is also at play in a different way by giving rise to infinite interweave of thoughts, which may sometimes be deceiving. So, the body-mind complex experiences this at every instant. And Manokosh also triggers the Vijnanmaya Kosh due to the thoughts triggering our intelligence for us to respond to the stimulus from the mind. The Buddhi analyzes the stimulus and decides to respond to it in a fashion like I need to do these things and such thing should happen in so and so way, and in this response at times has resounding implications to the body mind, sometimes for the good and sometimes for the bad. And as I explained in the last video, we could get hit on our ego, and in some extreme cases the Atma decides to execute the body mind without prejudice. The Annakosh is the body, and we can see it's the preliminary kosh that you need to cross in order to get to the Anand Kosh and experience extreme bliss. The main test of a student of spirituality is that he needs to cross bounds of all 5 koshas in order to be enlightened. So in order to get there, the minimum qualifications would be to get beyond the body-mind complex. Since the Annakosh is the body, it cannot be identified and exists separately as described above. As the body needs also food for its nourishment, it takes it from the environment, and then there are various processes such as eating, digesting and excreting the food after it's consumed by the body, and this process begins almost immediately once the body is born. It starts to feel hungry. As the life progresses, the Annakosh also grows with time, and as you see the body also grows, it works as a fine machine, and at times it also disintegrates or deteriorates and gets diseases. So if you think about it, the Annakosh, since it's seen and felt and experienced, it may feel like it's easier to cross. So the main reason we need to have a meditative practice is by closing our eyes and looking inwards so that we can cross our Annakosh. Just by a simple act of closing our eyes, you can get away from the world of Maya surrounding you, the world that is constantly changing and thus is spiritually unreal. But on the other hand, think about how real this Maya could be. When we accidentally cut ourselves with a knife, think about how the Annakosha directly pings off information to the Manokosh. So you see, Maya, since it's ever changing, is apart from the Atma or soul and is constantly changing with time. It may come as a surprise to you that no human being is able to cross the 5 koshas, and that capacity is not available to the human being. But under the guidance of a real qualified master or a yogi, the rays of the master could assist you in crossing the koshas. And at times, based on your progress, in addition, you could be anointed as a yogi yourself. Considering that you are able to unconditionally love and surrender to your master, and you have aced all the tests under his expert guidance. The gurus possess unique capabilities to help beam God consciousness into you, and these are in the form of pure moral virtuous beams of heavenly kind. So the fact is that by the help of the Guru's rays, your mind is then able to fix its attention and meditate, which then leads to lighting up the pathway to the self through meditation. Since Guru is the source, and due to the common man wandering mind, which is generally not able to see inner light that is like a bright glowing sun inside of you, which is mainly obscured due to the veil of ignorance that the ego places on it through the Vijnanmaya kosha. This is mainly because the disciple is not prepared and may be not ready or capable, but the Guru could do wonders to this disciple. It mainly happens due to the force field or chitta of the Guru that boils down to the Guru's Guru, which is Atma or God. Just as a spark ignites a fire, a Guru is the source to provide you with the spark for you to see the soul or the Atma. A perfect master is already been certified by God and has the spark or force potential capability to allow you to be able to see your Atma, and that entails the crossing of the koshas. So usually human beings are handicapped to cross the koshas. Although being physically strong, internally they are helpless to find their way in the darkness, as intelligence is powered by the soul and not the other way around, and the mind is also helpless in this matter. So then the question itself begs, is that who would help you to get to your destination then? Just as a ski lift enables you to go up the mountain, in a same way the Guru helps you to pass the koshas by sending his life force beam similar to the rays of the sun during the midday. It depends on the propensity of the Guru. Some may have rays of the sun like it's just rising, but others may be relaying the high noon sunbeams and are able to take you to the process of knowing the self, and the rays help to create a foundation or an environment that helps with the spiritual ascension of the disciple to cross his koshas. There are two ways to get there: by the constant recitation of the name of God, and then once the mind is fixed to the name, then meditation begins, where the mind is also fixed and can be focused to enter into Chidabhasa, or the reflection of Brahmin, the universal self, on the mind. So what are your thoughts on crossing the koshas? Please do let me know in the comment section below. Also, thanks a lot to listen to my video. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also share and like my channel so that it can be picked up by the YouTube algorithms. I'll see you in the next video.